Hey, all right, so I was inspired to talk about change. And change is, there's a lot of resiliency against, towards change. And I've been working as a change agent for years. In my corporate role, I was a Six Sigma black belt leader, and it was all about creating change and helping people understand what was in it for them in accepting change. As a life coach and equine guided coach, most of my work is to help people accept and embrace change. I've lived through many changes in my life, and I was reflecting on change this week. I actually was writing about change, and I was writing about change through my own experience, and I have noticed something about change. Change is uncomfortable, and it's the unknown. It creates a lot of fear. However, change is where we have the most personal growth. We have the most transformation, personal transformation. And so change is good, and nothing lasts forever, right? And you've heard the expression, nothing lasts, the good or the bad, right? And so that's part of living. This is part of life, is going through changes. And so I've noticed something, a pattern that belongs to me, and perhaps you will find something similar in terms of feeling. I've known that when I get into something, there's usually this intuition part of me, a little person inside of me that says no, or that warns me, right? And as soon as I see change required in what I'm doing, or in the choices and the way I'm living, or in anything, there is this denial and this control that I want to take on. So because I don't want to admit that I may have made a mistake, and that I may be wrong, or I may not be living what I really want to live. And so there's this part of me that is battling this. And so in terms of being aware and accepting it, there's a journey that is uncomfortable. And then suddenly you get to the awareness and the realization, and you need to leave and let go of control. You need to let go of what it is you want to control, because no matter what, the change will always, that nudge will always be there. Will be there and will constantly remind you that there's something you need to change. And so, for instance, I recall some of the changes and some of the thoughts that have gone through my mind before change, is that dissatisfaction, that there's something missing, there's something not going on, there's this frustration, right, that you were living, and so on. And then there's this realization and this denial, and then there's this control. Okay, you know what? The only thing that will create a change is how I deal with stuff, right? And so I try to deal with stuff in a way that will keep me there, that will not create the need for a big change. But no matter what I do, the big change needs to happen. There's a shift, and there's a transformation, and there's something that needs to be changing, and that's big. And so me trying to control the big change just lengthens the uncomfortable part. And so the uncomfortable part is a journey in itself because you're learning a lot. There's this fight inside me that says, no, you're not going to do that. And yes, you are going to do that. And yeah, the fear creeps up. Now, I'm comfortable with the uncomfortableness that I'm living, yet I'm fearful of the unknown, because the unknown part is I just don't know what I'm going to get into. And there is this fear of perhaps things will be worse than what I'm living now, right? And so how do I know that things will be worse than what I'm living now? Because I haven't lived it. I know how bad it is now, and I'm comfortable. I don't like it. I'm frustrated. So why would I want to stay in there? So this is where, you know, being logical is working against us sometimes, because our logic would say, you don't know what's ahead. You don't know what's going on. You've got no proof that things are going to be working a lot better. Now you know things that are comfortable. So comfort, safety, security, you're going to be making a choice towards that. And then inside of you still be screaming of your uncomfortableness. So letting go of control, letting go of denial, letting go of fear is huge, huge, huge in accepting and embracing changes. So there's something that we need to be curious about, is like, what's out there? What really is out there that I don't know of that may just benefit me and may just remove the frustration and the pain and the hurt that I'm feeling right now? And why is it that we don't listen to our hearts, where our heart is saying, you need a change, you really need a change, you need to set the boundaries, or you need to affirm yourself, or you need to honor yourself, you need to go for that dream, you need to feel safe in moving forward. You need to be making a change. And there is this part where there's this dialogue happening and occurring. And suddenly you get so disgusted about where you're at that you decide to finally give in to changing and letting go and just letting things happen. And what you discover at the end, every change I've made in my life, every change I've made, and those are the ones that are not necessarily made out of a limb, and some of those work great as well, but every change has given me a personal growth that I would not have experienced or lived had I stayed in the situation I was before that. So the willingness and the courage to accept that there's a change that's required, and the courage to take action, because it doesn't happen on its own. You need to be taking action to make a change in your life, change your thoughts, change your habits, change make a big decision that will shift completely your life into another direction, that will bring you another experience. And you know what's going to happen at the end of all that? You will have grown, you will have experienced something, you would have given yourself another kind of experience. And from there you will learn that, you know what, you live something, and then there's a change that's going to be needed at the end of that anyway, and tweaking and all that. And that's life. That is life. Just accept the fact that nothing lasts, the good and the bad. And that with everything that happens, there needs to be an acceptance and a curiousness, and we need to embrace change in our lives. So yeah, I think that's important it was important for me to share that with you. If any one of you can resonate with that, great. And if you want to talk more about that, let me know. And if you want to have help moving you from here to there in your changes, I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. So check me out on www.balancewithhooves.com. And if you want to send me an email, you can reach me at balancewithhooves@outlook.com. And I've got Facebook pages, 2 of them, one for my Equine Guided Coaching business and one for my life coaching business. And that's Balance with Hooves. And the life coaching business is through Pathway to Abundance Life Coach Services. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that, and wish you all the best, and embrace change and be willing to grow and accept personal growth. Get to know your higher self through changes, okay? See ya.